Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for July 18th, 2025. We've got a plunder heavy kingdom here. What else, Eve? It's just all plunder. What's going on? it, Is this. I mean, I guess it's, of course, possible that you pick a couple of expansions and you just get. Well, wait, this is Friday. This is supposed to be a 3 expansion day, right? Okay, well, in any case, we've got rope trashing. You can also kind of pseudo trash a bit with prepare, but not sure how much that's going to come up. Rope is pretty good trashing anyway. We've got draw from Mapmaker, Pilgrim, and Crew. Plus actions is going to be potentially the trickiest part here. So prepare can help with that. Hasty Mining Road can also act as a temporary source of plus actions. And then there's Flagship. Flagship isn't by itself net plus actions though. So you've got to like, you play if you play a flagship one turn to then like flagship a mining road and get an extra action out of the mining road. Obviously, like you had to play the terminal the turn before, but in conjunction with prepare, could certainly provide some effective plus actions. There's also gondola. You can play actions in your buy phase, which is a potentially interesting combination with mining road. You play a mining road, then you get a gondola. You can play the gondola and you can play something else. Anyway, so we're definitely going to open with a rope. There's nothing to take on 3 except silver, and we do want to do some hitting of 5, so I guess there's that. Oh, I guess I didn't talk about mining road plus buy, rope plus buy. There's also cutthroat to get loot, so decent amount of gains. Anyway, I think we do want to start with a silver and then a rope. I think we just kind of want probably as many ropes as we can get, since it is the primary trashing, or the only trashing, and the duration draw is also nice. I mean, it's not net draw, of course, but nonetheless. All right, so we got 5 here. Bottom deck to our rope. That's not cool, but we could take a pilgrim. We've got no other actions in our deck, so we've got nothing that we can draw dead off of that. Crew, maybe crew might actually be better because rope will draw. You can top deck the crew and then draw it with rope. See it every turn. And it does play worse with flagship, because the flagship, if it like replays the crew, will have to stay out to track that it replayed the crew, but then like when the crew gets top decked, the flagship is just stuck out. So that's something to watch out for, but I think in the short term, crew looks pretty nice. That goes for cutthroat. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting some loot, but I don't think cutthroat as first 5 is that great. Repairs 2 estates, interesting. Makes it hard to trash them. Wow, that's a lot of money and no ropes. Well, It's really unfortunate that we didn't find a rope. For multiple reasons. Next turn, we're not going to see the crew. A decent chance that we get attacked as well. just means we're gonna have trouble hitting 5. So like I was thinking about like maybe I want to get a cut through it too, so I can try to like get a loot off of that when the bot activates that, but we're gonna like next turn the crew will be the 6th card, we won't have anything to draw it with. And then the turn after we'll see the crew. And so like in order to avoid having like drawing an action dead, we'd really like to be able to buy a mining road next turn. The problem being that if we do that, or like to be able to do that, we need to hit 5. And if we get attacked, we're not going to hit 5. Unless possibly we take a mining road now, in which case, you know, like I'm not in love with the idea of getting 2 mining roads already, but it would potentially help with that problem. Although then we wouldn't have the other card to draw into with the crew anyway, so it's alleviating a problem that we wouldn't actually have. I guess there is also Gondola. I mentioned that earlier. We draw dead with the crew, we can get a Gondola. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a mining road in general. Tricky. I think I will take the cutthroat. Yeah, okay. We want another silver. It's probably fine right now. All right. Now let's get the gondola. Or we could also just prepare the cutthroat. Get another rope. I think I like that better, actually. All right. We got 4 ropes, so I'm not too concerned with getting more of those. This is like an awkward, like we've got 8 coins. I'd really prefer to have like 9 or 10. Maybe we just take a mining road and we do take 1 more silver. I don't want a ton of silver in my deck. But I guess I'll take 1 more. Spell scroll. That's not really what I want. All right, 12 coins. That's a bit better. Maybe we do take another rope now that we can put it into play. That effectively means we have 13 coins. I mean, I think we're going to want to get another mining road. Mining Road Rope flagship, maybe. What do we do with this spell scroll? And do we want the flagship to stay out? This is going to be tough to pull that off unless we spell scroll for another mining road. So I don't really want to flagship the crew. I mean, flagshipping the mining road is certainly fine. Getting another draw card with the spell scroll doesn't look that impressive. So we'll only have 2 cards that we won't draw. There's also the we might draw into the cutthroat. I think I'm gonna just do that. Okay. So we bottom decked a rope and probably a copper. I think we'll take the last rope. We could just get a flagship. They replay. They have not played their third again, so we might want another draw card. We could just hang on to the spell scroll or prepare it. If we buy rope prepare, that's effectively going to cost us 6, and then we have 9 coins left for like another flagship and maybe a pilgrim or something. Maybe another mining road. That seems reasonable. Hope. Flagship. Mining road. Prepare. I do want to trash this copper. I think I'm going to try or discard the ropes. Hopefully we can still draw with the spell scroll. Files are getting low. I guess that's why they just bought an estate? Oh, wait. Would we possibly... I don't think we want to just flagship that. Well, we can flagship this mining road anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Alright, so we draw 3 cards with the crew, and then... Yeah, the Pilgrim doesn't quite draw our deck, but it gets close. We can play a flagship at the end of the turn, or we can flagship a mining road. I think I'd like to play the flagship at the end of the turn. Oh. Well, I guess we're buying prepare again. Could be like prepare province and another mining road. The mining road would get flagshipped, which seems fine. Maybe not totally ideal. Could also just get another draw card. I mean, I don't know if we have to take a province right now. The piles are low enough that I am a little bit concerned. I guess we could also take a gold, activate the cutthroat. There, a cutthroat also gets activated, but gold net costs us 3. We could go like mining road and one more pilgrim, maybe. We'd also potentially get to play a loot instead of the gold itself, which might be a little bit better depending on exactly it is. Yeah. Doubloons. Alright, well. Oh, we have multiple mining roads in play. Oh, that was actually pretty good. Huh. I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay. Well, the only thing is that it's like actually a little bit too much money. But like if we're okay with not greening, we could go like mining road double pilgrim or something. Also take another flagship. Hmm. I guess map maker is another option as well. Like province flagship map maker, maybe. Yeah, sure. Actually wonder if I should trash these silvers. Now that I got like the doubloons and the gold. Wow, they're really lowering piles. Can we get 5 flagships and a duchy? Probably not. But I mean, certainly pushes me to not trash the silvers. Well, we got a flagship the mining road. That seems clear. We probably need to flagship this crew as well. Sure, we draw. Okay, so 12, 13, 19, 20. We're pretty close, actually. $22. We need 25. Well, we could also do it with 24 if we have enough buys. We have 5 buys right now. We'd need 7 buys. This gets us to 6 buys. Well, let's see. That's probably it. Without counting it out. Yeah. Weird choice by the bot. I mean, could have prepared all this stuff and could have had a pretty good turn anyway, but actually, could we just won on the states? 5, 6, 7. Yes. Yes, we could have. which is 1 more point. Okay. Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm not dealing with that. I mean, I guess I could have just clicked it, the map maker first, rather than I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to decline every time because I don't want to play the map maker. But I'm like, oh, right, I could have just declined it. Anyway, so yeah, weird choice by the bot there to just like drive piles like that. That is a lot of mining roads. A lot of mining roads. I don't know. Like, I know, like, with Hasty, like, that definitely makes it better, but it still seems like too many mining roads. And not enough draw. And certainly my deck was, you know, there's some awkwardness in there, but I think, notwithstanding that I just took 5 flagships, I think this distribution is at least like a more sensible one. I honestly, I would have liked to do more with this kingdom in terms of like the prepare stuff, like have it, you know, be like, oh, this turn I play, my pilgrim or my map maker, and then I have like, 2 flagships and a mining road and another draw card, and I prepare all that stuff. But we never really got to the point where we were drawing that much stuff dead. So, yeah. I think if the game had lasted longer, if the bot hadn't been so aggressive in lowering piles, I think we would have probably ended up doing something like that. Especially trying to set up like a big last turn sort of thing. But still, definitely one of the more prepare-friendly kingdoms. Like, in general, prepare can be pretty awkward because it costs a buy. And so, like, if you're, if you don't have a lot of those to spare, it can be a very expensive way to get your plus actions. But on this board, where it's not too hard to come by coins and it's not too hard to come by buys, but like obviously the plus actions situation is basically non-existent otherwise. Yeah, it's definitely very nice, and like it's just too bad I didn't get to show it off a little bit more. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.